Dijendralal had set the melody of Dhanodhanno in the raga Kedara, or rather Misra Kedara, while drawing on elements of European music in which he was well versed. Conservatives were naturally aghast at his creative assimilation of tunes and rhythms of the West in his music, including his patriotic songs. He was defended on this score by none other than Rabindranath Tagore. Some wish to banish Dijendralal from the domain of Indian music, Tagore wrote, because his songs have the influence of European melodies. If Dijendralal has awakened Indian music with the touch of the European golden wand, then Saraswati will surely bless him. Years later, in 1953, Dilip would have occasion to bless his father's memory when facing a large and diverse global audience in San Francisco. He captivated them by opening his performance with a rendition of Dhanodhanno. Three creative borrowings from European music were evident in some of Dijendralal's Bengali songs. First, the introduction of straight notes or passages between direct notes. Second, the crescendo of chorus lines at the end of each verse. And third, the dramatic movement from one octave to another, as in expressing the emotional intensity of the devotion to Janmabhoomi in Dhanodhanno. Let me try to present to you in an amateur voice the final verse of Dhanodhanno. Bhair maer ato sneho, bhair maer ato sneho, kothay gele pabe keho, ও মা তোমার চরণ দুটি বক্ষে আমার ধরি, মাগো তোমার চরণ দুটি বক্ষে আমার ধরি, আমার এই দেশেতে জন্ম যেন এই দেশেতে মরি। এমন দেশটি কোথাও খুঁজে পাবে না কো তুমি, সকল দেশের রানী সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি, সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি, সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি। Or breath. Tagore undoubtedly believed, with Jalaluddin Rumi and other Sufi mystic poets, in the unity of light, the first element in the unity of creation. It was Rabindranath's commitment to a different universalism that led to this critic of narrow nationalism being embraced posthumously as the author of two national anthems and influencer of a third. It is the celebration of that spirit of universality in the second verse of Jana Gana Mana, beyond the bounds of India's national anthem, that the peoples of all of South Asia, whether in the subcontinent or globally, need today. Aharaha tabo avhana pracharito shunitabo udaro bani Hindu Bauddha Sikh Jaina Parashik Musalman Krishtani Purab Paschim ashe Tabo Singhasana pashe Prem har hai gatha. The Azad Hind version went thus. सबके दिल में प्रीत बसाए तेरी मीठी वाणी हर सूबे के रहने वाले हर मजहब के प्राणी सब भेद और फर्क मिटा के, सब गोद में तेरी आके, गुंथे प्रेम की माला. It is only music which is capable of binding humanity with a garland of love. Thank you.
The orchestra before you today, the quintet, begins with a piece by the Indian-American composer Reena Ismail. She's of Goan and, I believe, Pakistani parentage. They're going to perform a piece which Reena composed in 2017 called The Light is the Same. And I'd just like to read out a passage in which Reena speaks about what inspired her to write this piece of music. And she says it was inspired by Rumi, by the Sufi poet Rumi, and that essentially wherever men and women exist, whatever the divisions that may come between them, whatever their religions are, whatever their ethnicities are, they are one and the same. The light is the same. And that is really what this piece of music sets out to transmit to you. It is inspired by Indian ragas, but it also speaks to an international audience. The light is the same, and it will be followed by the Tchaikovsky String Serenade, which Tchaikovsky composed in 1880. It has 4 movements. It was a piece of music that he spoke of in very glowing terms, saying it elevated him, transported him literally to another sphere. And I hope our musicians will do the same.